right, so sleep is high value, is it not? I think we'd all agree that sleep is really, really important for us. Unfortunately, over 40% of Americans complain of insomnia on a regular basis, which can be anything from, I just can't fall asleep at night. It takes me an hour to fall asleep, 2 hours to fall asleep. I don't fall asleep. Or it can be, I'm just, waking up all through the night and I just have like this really disturbed sleeping pattern. And insomnia is different than like sleep deprivation, where you just, you're up all night playing video games so you don't go to sleep, or, somebody's keeping you awake all night, like your kid. That is different. That's sleep deprivation. That's not insomnia. Insomnia is where, you're trying to go to sleep. You feel like your body needs sleep. It's ready for sleep. But for whatever reason, it's not going to sleep. And you're just, laying there awake thinking about, I wish I could go to sleep. And that, of course, is really stressful in our being when we feel like we should be going to sleep, but we do not fall asleep. This is terrible, I know. Many, many patients I have that deal with this. And, this is why over 6 million adults in America actually take prescription sleep medications. And another basically unknown, but exact number, but potentially double or triple that number, take over-the-counter sleep aids. And, the thing about over-the-counter sleep aids is many of them have just as strong implications as the ones that you can get via prescription. So a common one is diphenhydramine, also known as Benadryl, super common. Benadryl, most people have heard of that, or Unisom, under that brand name as well, common at Costco. So diphenhydramine works by blocking the histamine activity as well as acetylcholine activity. And this ends up provoking a state of drowsiness in our being and kind of overall just like lethargy. Now, that can be fantastic, the diphenhydramine Benadryl hit if you are having like an allergic reaction. But for sleep, may not be the best idea. So consuming diphenhydramine, occasionally, say every 3 to 6 months, just randomly trying to get your rough, for whatever reason, life came at you and you just need something to knock you out. Sure, don't even worry about it. Don't think twice about it. In fact, maybe take it. I'm not saying I would take it, but maybe take it. However, taking diphenhydramine regularly, like the majority of patients I see who come in complaining of insomnia or sleep issues are doing, taking this all the time, that can actually spell disaster over the long term for your cognition, for your memory, and even worse, it predisposes the person who's doing this on a regular basis to that thing called dementia. And nobody wants dementia. And, when a person keeps blocking acetylcholine activity over and over and over again, night after night after night, weeks and months, they literally are essentially short-circuiting their ability to think and recall information. Like you're making it so it's insanely hard for the brain to figure out how to deal with information. And, consider that it takes like 13 to 49 hours, depending on the person, to actually clear that Benadryl, that diphenhydramine from your system. So it's like, you take it today and if you haven't cleared it, it takes you 36 hours to clear it, then you still have some of it in your system and you're adding on each next day. So acetylcholine is so valuable, which like I mentioned, diphenhydramine basically shuts down the ability essentially of the brain to use acetylcholine or slows that production way down. And acetylcholine is necessary basically as like this nerve cell manager. So when its activity is shut down, slowed down, stopped, basically the ability to coordinate between neurons and the ability to file away memories and information, in some kind of orderly fashion that we can then retrieve easily at another time, just like, bam, got it, I'm here. I know exactly what we're talking about right now. I remember that time and this and this and this. Like that's broken. That's sliced. That's cut. That's diced. And that's probably not gonna work very well for you anymore. That cognitive potency, that memory potency. So you've probably heard of things like Alzheimer's, like dementia, like Parkinson's disease. And guess what? All these conditions tend to have very, very low acetylcholine levels. And myself, having seen and currently seen multiple patients who have Parkinson's, who have dementia, who have Alzheimer's. They're just such horrible conditions, such horrible diseases. You just like want mercy and compassion on these people because what they're having to endure. And I can assure you that none of us, you don't want to deal with that. So yes, you can get, diphenhydramine, you can get Benadryl, you can get Unisom. You can get these things over the counter with ease. And millions of your fellow Americans are taking it every single night. Totally true. And it's another time where we just don't want to be like our fellow Americans. I'm going to talk about things that we can do to promote better sleep, but consider this. Placebo is a big deal. And there was a double-blind placebo-controlled trial, crossover study, showing that diphenhydramine did not make people any sleepier than placebo after 4 days. Is that crazy? So if you're taking it, post 4 days, like it's just as good as placebo. And contrary to popular belief, these drugs, they do not grant greater sleep quality. In fact, really the only benefit that's been found is that after those initial 4 days, is that you're going to get maybe 20 to 30 minutes increased sleep duration. So see, you want 8 hours of sleep, instead of giving 7 hours and 40 minutes, you get 8 hours of sleep. I don't think that is worth the negative impact on your rapid eye movement sleep, the REM sleep, and the effects on acetylcholine, on our memory, our cognition, our capacity to recall things that it's having in our body. Do you? I say no. So before going out, for sure, and take these medications, but as well as before going out and getting a bunch of amino acids to take, or vitamins, or minerals, or herbs, or these other, say, natural sleep aids, which there's definitely natural ones that I use often with patients. But before you even go out and do that, try these lifestyle endeavors. Put them to work. Get up out of bed at the same time each day. Day after day after day after day. You're so sleepy, get out of bed. You're feeling great, get out of bed. Go outside first thing in the morning and perform some level of activity. Go for a little walk in the grass. Go walk down the street. Get exercise day in and day out, especially before 4 p.m. Remove clocks, electronics, any of those little blue, red, green lights from your bedroom. If you have a TV in your bedroom, get it out. Laptop, get it out. Computer, get it out. Free your eyes from electronics, from screens for a minimum of 2 hours before you lie down. And I would shoot for 4 hours if you truly are having intense insomnia. Eliminate all 100% caffeinated beverages. Not even like before noon. Just get them out to get yourself past this state. Use white noise in your bedroom. Journal your thoughts, questions, your insights, your deliberations before you go and lay down to bed at night. Get blackout blinds for your bedroom. Dim your lights about 2 hours before you want to go to bed. So in your bedroom, and even in your home as a whole, I would dim your lights. Get a dimmer switch. Get those lights dimmed down. So or get red or orange light bulbs. Stick them in your house so that you're not getting inundated when at a time when artificial light should be going down. And make your bedroom temperature like 68, 69 degrees. Generally, like keep it under 70 degrees. That seems to be most optimal for most people to induce the best sleep state and feel the most comfortable. Because you don't want to lay in bed feeling like, oh my goodness, I'm just hot. I gotta get all the blankets off. No, you want to lay in bed and feel like I'm gonna cozy up. Like I could use a blanket right now. So, and then practice nasal breathing. Our nose, the deal. Insanely valuable. It is what we're supposed to breathe with. And then finish your last meal at least 2 hours before you go to bed. You can do 4 hours, even better, but at least 2 hours before bed. We don't want your digestive system going full force when you go to lay down at night. And then think about this. Make your bedroom a sanctuary. It should be a place of rest, of retreat, of peace. If you don't feel peace when you walk in your bedroom, you feel like, man, I'm going in for a fight. Then there's something off there, and we want to dial into ourselves, ask ourselves, what is the deal? What is going on here that I feel this when I walk in this place, or my body reacts this way? Lastly, I would consider changing your bed, change your bedroom, how your bedroom is arranged, how your bed sits in your bedroom, where the dressers are. Do you face the window? Do you face away from the window? Is the window behind you? Consider, flipping your bed around so your head's pointing the opposite direction as it's currently pointing. These things can make a huge difference for certain people. And maybe you're one of those certain people that they can make a big difference for. So about 10 years ago, I had this young man who started having panic attacks every single time he lay down in his bed at night. It's like, what is going on here? And it's like a 20-year-old guy, and he ended up getting on medication, Xanax, and he was seeing a psychiatrist. He was on a beta blocker, doing all these things. They were just trying to suppress his being to keep these panic attacks at bay. When he would lay down at night, he didn't have any other time during the day, but when he laid down. And of course, it was destroying his life because he couldn't get any sleep at all. He wasn't even these beta blockers, the Xanax, the psychiatry stuff. Literally, it wasn't even doing anything for him. He'd be fine during the day, go lay down in bed. A minute, 2 minutes into laying down in bed, all of a sudden, here comes a panic attack. Finally, one night, he said, "Forget it. I'm not dealing with this anymore." He just got out of bed and he went and laid down on his living room floor. Potentially, it was like God spoke to him to do it. And he ends up waking up that next morning and realized he just slept for 6 hours straight. I was like, what is going on here? It's so weird. And, he laid down in the living room floor and just fell asleep. So he tries this the next night, and guess what happens? He sleeps great again. And literally at that point, he stopped all his medications, said, "Forget it, I'm done with these medications." And he just started sleeping on the couch in his living room night after night after night. And months went by and sleeping great, no problem whatsoever. And eventually, he ended up moving, and he was able to sleep in a bed in his bedroom, and everything went just fine. And we still don't know what the trigger was with his bedroom, his bed, the situation going on there, but it was inducing panic attacks. And him changing his environment did the trick to get him out of that situation and get him sleeping just fine. And you could say, "Oh, there's something wrong with this person. I can't sleep. My body sucks," all this kind of stuff. No, his environment. There was something wrong. There was something that was triggering his being. So if you've not been sleeping well for a while, turning your sleep back on, enjoying a night of uninterrupted sleep, blissful sleep, it's probably not going to happen tomorrow night, unless you're like the gentleman, and it literally is you need to go sleep on the couch instead of sleeping in your bed tonight. So I would promote having great patience and saying, I'm going to put out some effort. I'm going to turn my lifestyle. I'm going to integrate these things into my lifestyle. I'm going to make it happen. And I'm going to basically train my being that this is our sleep-wake cycle. This is how we do it. And you're going to get results. It's going to be hard not to get results when you do these things consistently. And if it's not enough still, then we can talk about herbal aids and other ways of promoting relaxation and changing body temperature throughout the day to help promote the end goal of sleep happening in the evening time. There's a lot of stuff we can talk about, but put the lifestyle stuff to work. Lifestyle stuff is powerful, and I'm pretty sure everything I just told you is free too. So what could be better? All right, I'm Dr. Matt. Like, share, send this around. Anybody that's dealing with insomnia, that's the sleep disturbance, that's hating laying down at night, let them know. We're here to help. Talk to you guys later.